Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Sorry about that. I don't know what was going on with my camera for a second there, but we are back, baby. So, hope you're doing well tonight. Happy Tuesday. Happy October 10th. Hope you're doing good. Feels like it's been forever. So if you were just tuning in for the first time or the first time in a while, what's up, everybody? My name is Wade, aka ProfNoctis. Just as a way of introductions, I am an actual instructor at the University of Alabama, where I teach on religion and Final Fantasy. And we are going through Final Fantasy XVI. If you have wondered where I've been, there's been a lot going on. Last week was one of the weirdest weeks of my life. I had both a wreck and the flu, but I'm okay now. It was a long week of just being in awfulness. So anyway. Well, tonight we've got some good stuff to do. If you're new to the stream, then you know, you may not know that we are going through Final Fantasy XVI and exploring all of the philosophy of religion, as well as different religious tropes and mythological tropes that are found in this story. So there we go. Last time we went through the story of Jill and Shiva. Tonight we're going to pick up with the story of Titan. So, get excited for that. And with that, why don't we go ahead and dive in? How about? No sense in delaying or waiting. So let's go ahead and get to it. Let me get some settings set up. And we should be good to go. There we go. Everything's good again. And let's go ahead and get started. Ah, that pleasant music. Where are we? Okay. Is our friend the blacksmith still having a hard time?
Back, are ya?
Always back.
What do you want?
Oh, we can make some new swords. We
Last
definitely
you a
want to
good
do
while.
that. And I can reinforce it.
My best work, but it'll do.
Not your best work. Well, it's better than what you had, so. Ooh, how about a platinum belt?
No scratches, alright?
Yeah, and let's reinforce the platinum
You can
belt.
thank me later.
Nice. It's a big day. Big day.
And?
Thank you. Until you face depression again, Mr. Blacksmith. So this side quest down here, we are not going to do all of the side quests, but this is an important one because it's got a plus mark on it, so we want to do that.
Sid, I know that when we came to the hideaway, we chose to let go
That guy's
of our
hat
past
is
in order that we
awesome.
might focus on our future.
We did?
Nonetheless, I was wondering if... Well, I know you are from Rosaria, and I'm in need of someone with intimate knowledge of those lands.
Well, I have
Apparently,
intimate knowledge
the
of
Duchy is
those
home to all
lands.
manner of curative herbs found nowhere else in the realm.
Hmm.
Among them is a flower called a morganbeard that increases the potency of lesser medicines.
I can't say that I've had much practice healing. My youth was spent in the Bailey.
A shame. You see, the hideaway relies heavily upon medicines procured from afar. And when those shipments are late, well, it's our sick who suffer. If we could find this flower and learn to grow it here, we might save many lives. However, as you are well aware, Imperial occupation has rendered the roads unsafe for those like me, untrained in the military arts.
That's where I come in, friend.
I'm not asking the busiest man in the hideaway to drop everything and make the journey for me, but
But you kind of are.
if you happen to be in the Duchy on other business...
We'll do it.
Tell me of these Morganbeards then.
But of course, if my old tomes are to be believed, the flowers are bright yellow and as large as goblins' eyes.
As large as goblins.
And they grow in the marshes of Sorrowise. If I am to propagate them here in the backyard, I will require several samples, preferably of blooms which have already gone to seed.
There we go.
And before I forget, I do seem to recall learning in the course of my research that their odor has the tendency to attract unsavory creatures. Nothing you cannot handle, though, I'm sure.
I'm very proficient in unsavory creatures, so. Alright. And everybody else, you can sort out your own needs. I wish you all well.
Let us know if you find any.
Okay, to the infirmary. I think we gotta go visit Jill. Sorry, everyone. I have other things to do.
mentioned the cook is gone.
I've done what I can, but the rest is up to you. You need to start taking better care of yourself.
Understood. And thank you.
Hey, Ruby, how are you? How have the sick days been? Awful. Not gonna lie. It was not a very restful
Curse has
time
spread.
off.
Make sure she rests.
I had like 4 days straight of 103-degree fever. And
If it hurts,
it was
you
brutal.
can tell me, you know.
I would take
I'll
medicine,
understand.
it would go down to 101-degree fever,
I can bear it.
but we're okay. We're here now. Thanks for asking.
But you shouldn't have to. Not anymore.
This isn't just your struggle, Clive. It's ours. And when we see how hard you fight, it inspires us to do the same. Or would you rather we left you to save the world all on your own?
No. That's not... Ignore me.
Oh.
Clive, where are you?
Freaking
In here.
Gav, man.
What's wrong?
Rosaria's under attack.
Oh no.
What?
Hey, Mr. Matt, how you doing? Do you encourage us to play the
This
chapter
isn't the
alongside you?
Dalmekian
I'll answer
army
that in
we're
just a
talking
second.
About. It's the men of the Rock from Drake's Fang. Hugo Kupka's private guard. They're raising hell in Rosalith, trying to batter down the castle gates.
Looking for me.
Seems that way. Reckon old Hugo has finally worked out who Sid really is.
Then this is just another trap.
Ah, it's a trap, all right. The daddy of all fucking traps.
I'm going to Rosalith.
You're not serious. That's exactly what he wants you to do, Clive.
Look. I don't know why Kupka harbors such a grudge against Sid. But as long as it's left to fester, our world will never know peace. He has dragged the rest of Storm into this pointless war just to find me. Besides which, I'm not about to stand and watch while my home gets ground into the dirt. Hugo Kupka must die.
Ooh.
I've lost enough friends to that man already. I don't want to lose any more. So let's go and kill the bastard.
All right, Gav.
I'm coming too. After all, we're in this together.
All right. I should probably speak to Otto before leaving.
We obviously should speak to Otto before
We need
leaving.
to know what we're getting ourselves into.
Mr. Matt, how you doing tonight? You asked a good question. Do you encourage us to play the chapter alongside you? So that is really up to you. I am kind of mainlining the game, except for a few very specific side quests. So you may or may not be able to play like perfectly alongside me. But if you will be able to get the basic story just by watching me. However, if you want to get that kind of that gameplay experience, I would actually encourage you to play kind of adjacent to me, maybe before and after the stream, and then you can kind of focus on some of the things that that I'm talking about lecture-wise during the stream. Because we'll pause the game periodically throughout tonight's stream and every stream. But yeah, that's a great question.
Everyone's prepared.
For my classes for Final Fantasy XV, one of the things that I do is I have them play through the chapter, the designated chapter, before the class where I present a lecture. And during the lecture of the class, I will show specific cutscenes to kind of recall their memory and stuff, and we'll discuss it. But they have a base knowledge of the game. And the reason that I do that, instead of just asking them to watch me play exclusively, is by playing, you're forming some memories of your own. And that's one of the things that I really like to do there. Hoven, thanks for the sub on Twitch Prime. Appreciate you. Dang, triple ads before the stream starts. I'm paying Noctis. That's it. That's what we do. We get those ads, baby. That convinces people to sub. Also, side note, just wrapped FF8 for the first time. It's probably one of the most the important misunderstood games in the series. Matt, I'm so glad that you said that. I love Final Fantasy VIII. I love Final Fantasy VIII. Gosh, I love it. Some of the best music in the game, and I think some of the best characters. Squall and Renault are two of the best. Clive and Jill remind me of them in a lot of ways.
Gov gave you the news then.
We're leaving for Rosalith, but not before I know exactly what's going on.
Zell is the best. His love for hot dogs, man. I love
Nobody
it.
was expecting the Delmex to open up a new front against the Empire, least of all our friends in the provinces. Reports have been rolling in from all over the place, with no two saying the same thing. I've been passing them on to Vivian, in the hope she can make sense of them.
Matt, if you liked Final Fantasy VIII,
you'll wanna talk
might I
to her.
suggest Final Fantasy Type
Understood.
0. It keeps that kind of school aesthetic, and it's pretty fun. I was lied to. All this 10 is the best love story talk. I don't agree either. 10's a good love story, but I think 8 would hold it, and if 16 does not take it. Yeah. All right, everybody, so this is an important moment because FF8, Leon is so cool. Shut up. Kingdom Hearts nonsense. All right, so this is an important part. Vivian's going to explain to us a little bit about Titan. So tonight's stream is all about Titan/Hugo. And we're going to ask the same question about Hugo/Titan as we have asked about all of the icons and dominance. What is the divine attribute that is conveyed in Titan and in his story? So let's go, beginning with Vivian.
Ah, if it isn't my favorite pupil. Let's see now, where did we leave? Well, this is a surprise. My lectures are rarely so well attended.
You know what they say? A little knowledge, can't hurt?
We're going to Rosalith to deal with Kupka. What's the situation there?
Whoa there, Lord Rossfield. I'm sure you're champing at the bit.
Vivian is just like me. You're right.
To fully understand
That's
the
what I've
present
always said.
situation, one must first understand how it came to be.
I don't have the style of Vivian.
Let us begin with the story of Hugo Kupka, or the permanent economic advisor to the Dalmekian government, to give him his formal title. In a republic founded on commerce, there could hardly be a more influential position. It has granted him both extraordinary wealth and extraordinary power. Not that he ever wanted for the latter. Being Titan's dominant, he is also Dalmekia's last line of defense, a fact he has used to his considerable advantage. Why, he was even able to pry Drake's Fang, one of the pillars of the Republic, from Parliament's grip. And he was quick to buy the loyalty of the Fang's protectors. Today they are his faithful creatures, a private army in all but name. The self-same army that marches upon Rosarian soil as we speak. By which I mean Imperial soil, not that you need reminding of the fact. Suffice it to say, the Empire's attentions are elsewhere at present, deadlocked as it is with Dalmekia over its occupation of the Crystalline Dominion, where its legions are now gathered. Scarcely a handful of garrisons remain to secure its western provinces, and half of them left after the fall of Drake's Breath. With the threat of the Ironblood thus diminished, they had little cause to fear a maritime invasion. And so today, only a token force guards the former duchy's shores, as Kupka was quick to descry. He landed his troops on the Rosarian coast without encountering so much as a single ship. All for you, Clive. He wants your head. And so he and his men advance upon Rosalith, not to capture the province, but to draw you out.
You said Kupka's forces sailed up the coast. What of Port Isolde, then? Is the city safe?
Quite, according to the Guardians of the Flame. The Dalmekian fleet floated by without incident, but not without remark. When they learned Kupka's forces were making for Rosalith, our friends were quick to begin arranging the exodus of her citizens. And so the stage will soon be set for your heroic homecoming. Alas, it will be a more trying task to enter the capital than it was to leave it. Hugo's men hold Buet Bridge, despite the Imperials' repeated attempts to wrest it back from their grasp. And they were careful not to repeat the Empire's mistake in neglecting their coastal defenses. The seas around Rosalith are firmly under Dalmekian control. So tell me, pupil mine, what do you believe to be the best route to Rosalith?
The north. We cross the northern border near Phoenix Gate, then take the road through Stillwind down to the capital. Hardly the quickest route, but at least we won't be spotted.
A little local knowledge goes a long way, and so must you.
We'd best get a move on then.
Thank you, Gav.
Will you be going too?
Aye. I've been waiting a long time to give that fucker a taste of his own medicine. I would have missed this for the world.
All right.
All right. We should be on our way.
Lead on.
All right. Let's freaking go. We do need to make a pit stop at Martha's Rest real quick. While I do that, though, Mr. Matt, how important is Kingsglaive in hindsight? Is it essential? So, talking about Final Fantasy XV, deviating briefly, it is 2 days of in-class watching for my class at Bama. We watch Kingsglaive in its entirety because I think that it does offer some necessary context for the game. Now, can you understand the game without it? Yeah, absolutely. It's not necessary, but it only helps.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Ruby Smasher, did you ever look into the Heart of Stone fairy tale? You know what? I completely forgot with my, being on death's door the last week with the flu and the car accident. I guess it just slipped my mind. But if you wanted to share with us a little bit of that Heart of Stone fairy tale, just the Cliff's Notes version, then please put it in chat for us.
All right, Sid.
All right.
Good girl.
How am I feeling post-flu? That's the question, isn't it, Hoven? Let me tell you, I feel probably a solid 80% of myself, but even now, I'm still pretty, like, tired, and, like, I just get pretty winded pretty quickly. It took me out. I cannot remember the last time I have been so sick. I mean, woof.
The size of a goblin's eye.
Oh, get out of here.
Not this goblin.
All right, let's kill some things.
Being attracted to the flower.
Yeah, I went to the gym yesterday and today, and it was kind of brutal, to be honest. Like anything that's cardio based, I was just a little bit exhausted. So I guess it's just gonna take some time. I mean, truly, I was on the couch with a fever for like literally 5 days. Brutal. No joke, no joke. During my sickness, though, I played a ton of Tears of the Kingdom. Ton. I'm around 200 hours in that game now, in case anyone was wondering. Do I have a favorite in the series? Least favorite in the series, sorry. And the answer to that is yes. In fact, I bet the chat will probably tell you which one is my least favorite. But I will tell you, it is Final Fantasy V. Final Fantasy V, which I know is like anathema to a lot of people. But yeah, Final Fantasy V is absolutely hands down my least favorite in the whole series. Not 6. 6 is one of the best. It's 5.
Bright yellow. These are our Morgan beards, all right.
The reason why it's Final Fantasy V,
Gone to this.
and not say 1, 2, or 3,
It reminds me of home.
is because 5, well, I should actually say 4, really took the character-driven narrative to next levels. And then from 4, I played 6.
I've had my fill of goblins.
And 6 is like a masterclass in character design and story and plot and all that kind of stuff. Let's run these back to Homeboy. But 5, the characters, they're fine, but they are not fleshed out very well. Also because of the battle system, I'm giving it a little bit of slack here. because of the battle system and the job system, the characters are disassociated from the classes, from the jobs that they have. And that's to allow the gameplay to have more flexibility for the player's choice. But the problem is, they're all just kind of samey characters, narratively. Whereas in 4 and in 6, you've got dragoons and you've got these really, really dynamic stories and plots around it. 2 Cent, what's up? Final Fantasy VI is your favorite? Final Fantasy VI is a banger game, one of the best of all time.
What brings you to the gardens?
What's happening? My name is Zip. How you doing tonight? Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing good.
Flowers.
We're just delivering flowers right now, as you do.
These are almost identical to the plates in my tome. Did you have any trouble locating them?
Finding them was the easy part, but it's odd. They remind me of my childhood somehow. I don't remember these flowers specifically, but we must have grown them in the castle garden. If the petals are meant to improve the effectiveness of medicines, it's possible that the court physicers grew them for the tinctures and treatments they made my brother.
It's possible.
If the ducal healers were convinced of their properties, that is all the more reason to begin growing our own supply here. Oh, allow me to use some of the flowers you brought me to make something that might aid you on your travels.
Please.
Need only a moment to extract the essence from the petals.
Some stronger potions? Is that what you're going to do for me? That would be swell. Keep me from dying as I fight for my homeland and fight my mother. But also,
And
could you
here we
give me
are.
that sick hat
Vial
you've
of
got?
pure Morganbeard extract. A single drop added to any one of your restoratives will increase its potency. At least I hope it will.
I sure hope it'll increase potency. Does it increase potency even from normal mode into hard mode? I don't know if it did or not. Uh-oh. An error occurred. Is everybody still there? Everybody good? I just had an error occur. It said something with the streaming was off. Yep, still here. Well, that's good to know. Y'all let me know if things go down. I have no idea. Okay, here we go. To Rosalith. Ooh, it's a war zone. I love that.
Fortify the castle gates at once.
Hugo and his men have been busy. We've already breached the castle's
Okay.
outer wall.
Thank you, 2 Cent.
The Imperials are holding the ground for now, but it's only a matter of time before the keep falls. Those fuckers really went to town on this place. Almost like they want to wipe it off the map.
Just a means to an end.
Oh crap, I forgot potions, guys. Ah!
All this for one man? They didn't have to go so far.
If you keep your wits about you, I reckon you can make it up to the castle without raising the alarm. I'll sniff out any townsfolk who haven't escaped yet and send them on their way.
Be careful.
Likewise. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Alright, we're gonna play through this part and then we'll have our first mini lecture of the night, okay? Meaning play through the end boss of this dungeon.
thought I was ready for this, but...
I know. It's like a nightmare. This was our home. Come on, Clive. We have to keep going.
This is a great part of the game. Really good. Capital punishment.
This isn't an invasion. It's a
That's
massacre.
great music here.
He'll stop at nothing, Clive. Nothing.
Hey, Mr. Matt. Yeah, I do.
Why do this?
Clive, we can get through here. Murderers!
There's only one fitting punishment.
Ow! Oh, I see you want to be my friend. That was immediate, wasn't it? I'll get to that later. Thank you for the friend request. Oh, we're gonna do this anyway. Okay, okay. Come on, Jill. Come on, Toggle. I think this was the wrong way. So, go this way. So as we head into this, just based on what you know of Titan already, does anybody have any ideas or thoughts on divine attributes that Titan / Hugo might convey?
Look what we have here.
Gentlemen,
Fury, that's a pretty good idea. Say more about that. Wealth, power, greed. Good, Ruby. Yeah, kind of explain what y'all are talking about there, as far as how you see that. There's certainly a lot to talk about. And some of these, remember, a divine attribute may be, it's really kind of a morally neutral sort of thing, right? It's something that could be used for life or for death, or prosperity or for destruction. And so when you're thinking of a divine attribute, think of something that is in some ways kind of morally neutral. And so when we think of something like greed, there's not a lot of redemptive thoughts about greed. Well, there can be life or death, blessing or destruction. Power, the same way. Uncaring is probably a little bit more morally negative. But especially based on our discussion regarding Shiva, these attributes can be taken to a positive or negative effect, and that's all determined by the will of the individual, or the will of the god, for that matter. Oh.
Out of our way.
There we go. to me! Oh, no, you don't. Gosh, I love this music so much!
Nice try.
To me, he seems like he might respect divine authority. That's an interesting thing. His mere presence fills whatever room he is in. Yeah. That's good. Most of his early meetings seem to go his way. Yeah. I think that's an interesting idea, too. Oh, what have I done? I didn't mean to do that. Sometimes I just get like carried away with the music. I'm not even sure. I'm just pushing buttons as I like vibe to the music. That ever happen to you when you're playing this game? Man, I wish just once I would remember my potions.
Come on, take him! Fire and flame!
Ooh, I didn't mean to do that, but it'll work. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Oh. Something in my eye. Whew. Ruby power wealth, because Hugo seems to be a very wealthy person who abuses his position. I like that. I like that idea. His figure of tall and muscular, but also angry and careless, also kind of mix. Yeah. I agree with you. That's good. Oh, heck yeah. Gosh, I love that attack so much. It's so good. So good. Gosh, I love it. Okay, are there any potions around here? Because I wish Karen would like call out my name and be like, Clive, don't forget your potions. This is the way we came. Ah, a ladder. Of course. Oh, hi, Torgal. Why were you up here? Potion!
It's the out! Get out of my city, or die!
Get out of my city! Come on, let's go, let's go! So good. I've always thought of him as a wealth-hoarding dictator. Nice. Especially the way he dresses. His outfit is actually an inverse of Clive's. That's interesting. So if you want to say Clive is wrath and Hugo's fury, that wouldn't be too far off. Yeah, interesting. What would you say is the difference between wrath and fury? Just out of curiosity. Where am I going? This is not correct. Ah, wait, where are we going? Upstairs. Ah.
We're nearly at the castle. It ends there.
To the castle! Oh. But first, a treasure chest. The Will of Lightning. Okay, everybody good? To the castle.
He's here! Remember, we take him alive!
Get them all! Get them all! Yeah! Alright! Yeah, that was good. I'd say Fury is more wild and Wrath is more controlled. Alright, alright. I get that. That's good. Nice try. Wrath seems like disciplined anger. Nice. While Fury seems wild in a sense. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. Come into my lightning storm. Come on. Yeah. You can talk about the shadow self a lot with Hugo compared to Clive, especially with his motivations we learn later. Oh yeah, that's fair. Oh! Hello! What's up, Omega? October's good so far for me. Now that my sickness is over.
Not good.
Oh no. Let's try this. That'll work. Bow, bow, bow. Ba-da-boom. Hello.
Set her loose.
Oh no.
They have a curl.
They do have a curl. They do.
Attack!
Ready?
What do you think?
What do you think?
Better already.
Ow, 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 ow. Hate that. Oh no, things are error messages galore over here. Freaking Windows. Alright.
I needed that.
Nice try. Oh, heck yeah. We love that. Get him. You like lightning curl? You like it? Come on.
Too slow.
Nice try. There we go. There we go. Unleash. Unleash it all, baby. Again. Again. A lot happening.
It's building up to something.
Okay, we're trying.
To stop it. Whatever it takes.
Dang it! Oh, I was wondering why that was happening. Dadgummit. Ah! I was not seeing the lightning. Retry. Bump, 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 bump. I was too busy trying to get the Odin attack off. Oh. Okay. Oh, no. Come. So much happening. So much happening on screen right now. I didn't time that well.
It's building up to something.
Okay, okay, okay.
We need to stop it. Whatever it takes. It's down.
Got him that time.
Then let's make this count.
Oh gosh. Have I done my lecture playthroughs of 15? Not recently. I'm going to pick those up in the spring because I'm actually teaching that class at Bama. Then, so that'll be adjacent to this. Ooh, ow. Hate that. Lots happening, lots happening. We love it. You asked the question, then you got hit with 2 ads. Nice. Yeah, I'll do the 15 lecture playthroughs in the spring. That's when I teach the class at Bama, so it will be synchronized with that. Oh gosh, no. Okay, let's do it now. Kill him now. Almost.
Good work.
There it is. Curl Slane.
Jill! We meet at last, Sid.
It will be, Matt. Yeah.
Or should I say Lord Rosfield? I've been looking for you for a very long time.
Let her go, Kupka.
I'm so glad you accepted my invitation. I went to some trouble with the decorations. Do you like what I've done with the place?
Bastard.
Such a pity your predecessor couldn't join us. But I am sure you will prove compelling company. Be still, little snowflake.
Hey, Karui.
I would not have you melt before your starring moment.
Fuck.
Now, on to the festivities.
Oh boy. Torgal.
That's just great, that is. I suppose it's up to me then.
I see it, Ruby, and yeah, we'll talk about that after this next sequence. You bring up some really good points there.
Headsman!
Where do you want me?
You! Bring the prisoner!
must know more than she deserves for getting into bed with an outlaw.
We should get into mine.
Lord Kupka commands your presence.
You're to bear witness to the girl's execution.
Such a waste.
All right, Gav.
Gav! Shh.
Crystal fetters are a bastard to open, just so you know. Don't worry, I'll have them off before you can blink.
Where's Jill?
In the courtyard.
Shit. We have to hurry.
The Imperials have sounded the retreat and cleared out of the castle, but the place is still swarming with Kupka's men.
Leave them to me.
I'll make my way up top and circle round the back. Quick as you like, eh?
Hey.
Nearly forgot.
Can't leave that.
Hold on, Jill.
I'm coming.
I'm coming.
All right, Ruby, real quick. Ruby says, interesting to note that if Benedicta is the divine attribute of something like control, which, like we said several streams ago, Hugo being anger or some abuse of power is a stark contrast. Yeah, it's placed as the second dominant battle to show another angle of the gods and how the most powerful can be very menacing and evil. Yeah, and it even more interesting when that attribute of something like control dies and this untamed violent rage is unleashed in Hugo. I think there's something really interesting to that.
I have to get to the courtyard.
Especially when you see like the combination of some of these dominants and icons, right? We see, say with Shiva and with Jill, there's a tempering of Clive's wrath, as I've kind of said there, and that's why I tend to think that Jill may have a bit more of, say, compassion or mercy to her than just sheer destruction. Maybe even a sense of love, maybe. Though I may not go too far with that, at least not yet. But I think it's interesting when you point out that Benedicta / Garuda's control tempers Hugo's power to some degree, and with the loss of control, his power is unrestrained, and we see him kind of go berserk mode. So, interesting stuff. We'll talk a little bit about that momentarily after this level. Please be lots of potions. And a high potion, we needed that. Kuruai, I don't know if I said hello. Welcome. Glad you're here.
Don't you let her die.
I hope you've got a plan, Clive, because we are fucked if you don't.
Gav. Look at this good boy. That is no wolf. Heckin' yeah, Torgal. Gosh. I love it. Torgal's main character moment. Heck yeah.
Come, Lord Rosfield. Don't tell me you tire of my entertainment.
Enough!
Yes. Perhaps it is time we served the main repast. I trust you are hungry!
Let's kill him. All right, magic dog.
Much obliged.
Stay close. We're getting out of here.
Getting out of here.
Toggle. Thank you.
Whatever you are, buddy. Freaking love it.
Explain what the fuck your dog just did.
Later, everyone. With me. That includes you, Toggle.
But man, was the situation that got us here really goofy? Yeah, what do you mean by that? Oh no! We're just throwing everything at him. Let's go.
Oh, man, where did this lot come from?
Can you still fight?
There we go. Just Jill's capture and the whole attempted execution. What felt silly to me about it, I thought it was pretty well done overall, but the thing that felt silly to me is like, oh Clive, you've got to be here for her execution. And then they were going to go ahead and execute her before, oh crap. They were going to execute her before he got there. It's like, oh, did you forget that we were bringing Clive to witness this? Oh, got it. Noted. That's what I get for reading the chat again.
Explain what the fuck your dog just did.
Later. With me. That includes you, Toggle.
Ow! Hated that. Gavin's the closest thing to our prompter. That's so true. Dadgummit. Dadgummit again. I cannot get the timing down on that guy. Ugh. The dreaded wrist grab. Fair. We do hate the dreaded wrist grab, don't we?
Oh, man, where did this lot come from?
Jill, can you still fight?
Crap! Crap again! Cannot see, cannot see, cannot see. Well, we got it, I guess. Woof.
Still breathing, are you?
Excellent.
then Lord Kupka's reward shall be ours.
We got the gymnastics team now. Love that.
Let them come.
There we go. Oh, get up. I really should do some leveling up, shouldn't I? That would be amazing. If I'm like 3 levels below everybody now, because I'm not doing any side quests.
Nice try. To me, please.
Oh, Kupka absolutely could have easily done this. This is the problem with villains, right? Like, they're just like, I've got to hold out for the most opportune moment. And it's like, you know what? Like, you can just do your thing. Oh, crap! Oh my gosh. What is wrong? Wolf. But it's like in old James Bond movies and stuff. Oh my gosh, all the way back here? Are you kidding me? I am unhappy.
That includes you, Toggle.
Ah! Thank you, Ruby. Thank you for that. I needed that. Oh, I needed that. Man, I need more of this game. Well, you're in the right place, because we're never going to beat it because I'm terrible. Okay, where's the big guy? Okay, we got him kind of. I can try. Well, Jill, we need you, girl. We need you. Sup, Prof? Do you know who Izunia is? You're talking about FF15 now. So Izunia, interestingly, oh my gosh, I hate this guy.
I needed that.
Hang on. I've got to get through this before I start chatting it up about Izunia and others. Okay, now where's our friends here?
Still breathing, are you?
Excellent. Then Lord Kupka's reward shall be ours.
tough bad news always keep them in threes.
Let them come. That's better.
Just in time for the ninjas. Yes, Lady of the Rings. Actually, if you could have come anytime in the last 30 minutes, you'd have been here for the ninjas. Because I hate these guys. Yeah, Arden says it's never brought up again. So it is not actually explained in the game. That is something that is just not really answered. However, I will tell you that Azunia is also a a variant of a Jewish name, particularly Elizabeth, which in my class on Jewish kingship narratives, that holds a lot of importance. So, yeah, something that I do talk about in my class. Oh my gosh, I hate these freaking ninjas! Oh! The acrobats make me believe that Simone Biles could be an amazing FF enemy. Well, she'd be at least a silver class enemy, wouldn't she? Good grief, finally. Woof. So, to answer the Arden question, it is possible that it could be a reference to his mother, which is not necessarily mentioned in the games, but could be lore because it is a female name, so.
It's over.
For now. But I bet that wasn't the last of them. And they won't stop hunting us until Kupka's dead. So you get in there and finish the job, eh?
Eh.
Go on. If they come again, we'll hold them back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But be careful.
Be careful. Okay, are there potions around here? Because I need them. Does not look like there are potions. Upsetting. Well, this is going to be frustrating. 15 has a great ending, great characters, but things like this leave me a little disappointed. Well, my friend, stay tuned, because I guarantee you that in our lecture streams for 15 in the spring, you are going to have a whole newfound love and respect for the game where so many questions are going to be answered for that. And so, get excited. It's going to be a great time.
I promise you, Sid. He'll die by my hand.
By my hand. But first, these potions will be gathered by my hand. Excited for the 15 stream. Yeah, I mean, who would have guessed that the 16 lecture stream is going to be like a pep rally for the upcoming 15 stream. People ask me about the 15 stream all the time. So, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Super excited for it. All right, let's go. This is a great battle.
Kupka. You're late. Trouble on the way.
Trouble on the way.
Just enjoying your entertainment.
It is so good. This is a great.
How gratifying. Have you come to defend your father's throne, Lord Rosfield? The Grand Duchy of Rosaria.
Boy, great testosterone.
A realm without a ruler, an army, even a people. A veritable kingdom.
Yeah, Kurai.
Of dust.
Agreed.
I see no throne to defend.
No! Enough of your games, Kupka. Just tell me what you want.
Sid's head in a box. Imagine my disappointment when I learned that he met his end at the hand of another. And my relief to learn that you had taken up his thrice-damned name. Your master slew Benedicta Harmon and defiled her body. If you choose to bear that murderer's name, then you shall answer for his crimes.
The only crimes I shall answer for are my own. Sid did everything in his power to save that woman, though she was long past saving. And so I did what he couldn't. It was me all along, Hugo.
It was you. You killed her.
I did.
Ah, gosh. What a... I did.
Then I am fortunate indeed. I had thought the most I could wish for was to take the life of one he loved, just as he did to me. But it seems I was wrong. And I shall have my revenge. We shared a dream. I would be the king of the world.
This is a big...
She would be my queen.
Ah, yeah.
And together, we would rule like the gods we are. But you crushed that dream, ground it into dust. Hear me, Rosefield! You will pay for what you've done. I'll tear you apart with my hands!
This is going to be a difficult fight, I'm afraid.
And what of you? How many people have you killed? How many dreams have you crushed? You're not the only one who's seen their world fall apart around them. You'll get no pity from me, Kupka. No pity. And no mercy. Now die!
Jeez! What a scene.
This time, you learned what becomes of those who dare to cross me.
I'll kill you!
Well, we are hitting the wrong thing. There we go. There we go.
You will die by my hand, Rosfield. My hatred for you is unending. And real thing, let this palace be your grave!
What?
Oh boy.
Shit.
I love this fight so much. It's so cool.
The world has chosen. I am in my element. Have no escape. You'll always be my domain. Oh no. Okay, here we go. Come on. Get him. There we go. Ooh, this is stressful.
Not good.
Not good. What a potion. Get out of there! Ooh, that was close. Oh, ow.
Too slow.
I'll rip out your heart. Jeez, there's a lot happening here.
Just like your forefathers. Your journey ends
God. Angry. Ow, ow!
This is all to me. Too slow.
Oh boy. Dadgummit. Sheesh. That should have killed me. Woo! Let's just blast him here. Dadgummit. Only I had gotten some potions from freaking Karen, you know? Crap! Ah! I should have robbed her blind. Dadgummit. Never, ever, ever let me leave the hideaway without a potion again. I forget every time. Crap! Having a rough time. Wolf. Ba 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 da da. That's true. That is true. I can do that. We're just throwing everything at him. And that's fine. Whoa! Oh boy. Go! I don't want to jinx it, but it feels good. It feels good right now. I think we got him. There we go. A level up. That is what we needed. We're desperately in need of leveling up. Professional. He is gonna need a hand. Get a grasp. Well. He's been losing his grip. He's been a real handful.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
Did y'all ever have to read A Farewell to Arms? That's what I would call this chapter.
fucking kill you.
There. You mustn't get yourself worked up.
Wait!
Another time, Mythos.
Another time, Mythos. My favorite FF13 track, My Hands by Leona Lewis. That's a great one. That's a great one.
All of them?
I think I like the Sunleth Waterscape.
Well,
Is that what
Luda
it's called?
scum.
I love
Who'd
that
have
one.
fucking invited them? Not that that's the biggest surprise we've had today. Where did you learn to do that, Torgal?
Zip.
I'm telling, eh?
It is goofy. The impact of his
yourself.
fist.
Gav, we have to find Clive.
Carrying the man like a
Right,
sack of potatoes.
sorry.
So disrespectful. True, Pasavala. So true. Oh, no, you don't.
You missed one.
My hands.
We were worried.
So was I.
I would die if that song had played during Kupka's scene. My hands. Your hands.
I was so close. If it hadn't been for my gift, I would have finished him.
I'm just glad you got out of there alive.
When did the royalists arrive?
Right after you went inside. Just when we thought we were shot of Titans, lot. In pile Odins. Not enough of them to worry us, though.
Hmm.
No. You didn't see the one who took Kukra away.
So, what? You think they came here to save him? Well, I'll be fucked if I know what's going on, but every minute we spend racking our brains, that bastard's getting further
I
away.
love Gav. What a guy.
So what do we do?
We go back to the hideaway.
We let Jill rest and we
I'm too
figure
tired
out
to
what's up with
think.
Torgal.
As are you, by the looks of it. And after what Jill's been through. Let's worry about Kupka later, shall we?
Aye. Alright. Well, give us a chance to solve the riddle of your magic mud, too.
Magic Mutt.
Hey, how you feeling? Ready to go home?
Gosh, I love that music. So good. All right, everybody, let's chat for a minute. So we're going to break up Titan into two parts. This is actually a pretty good stopping point. But before we go, I do want to talk about what we've experienced and seen tonight regarding Titan/Hugo. So in the chat earlier, we were talking about what is the divine attribute of Titan/Hugo. And I think that you all pretty much hit it right on the nose. It is this idea of power and influence. At least that's what I see as well. Some of that power is monetary, as some of you had mentioned. Some of it is his influence and all of that. But I think that the attribute that the developers at least may have been going for with Titan is this idea of divine might, strength, power. Even in Titan's physique, we have this overwhelming power, right? He is strength incarnate, and has been able to do this. It reminds me of the epic stories of these gods. I think particularly in mythology, Greco-Roman mythology, of say the Titans, right, who are personified as these giant beings that are actually in battle with the gods. And I think that that's one of the takes that you can take away from Titan here. I think that the larger attribute that is being pointed to, rather than just straight up allusion to those Titans from Greek mythology, though, is this idea of divine power. Divine power, or the power of the deity, is seen in everyone from Zeus to, we mentioned last time, the Hindu god of destruction, Shiva, or we could even look at Krishna and some others. We see it in the Jewish and Christian God, especially in some of the Psalms, which speak of the Lord is a warrior, the Lord is mighty in battle, and the people would praise God for God's strength on their behalf. And in Titan, we see a god whose core attribute is strength. As I think it was Ruby in the chat mentioned, that strength was better off when it was paired with the control of Garuda. So strength without control is like an untempered fury, right? But it was tempered by Benedicta Garuda. And when Garuda is killed, when Benedicta is killed, Titan's strength and power is left unchecked. I think that is an interesting message for certain ideas of religion. What does it mean to have a God that is all powerful, but it's not tempered by anything else, say like compassion or a desire to provide or justice? Is it, and we see this in some ancient Near Eastern religions and mythologies that speak of the gods having all power but no concern for humanity, and because of that, they wage war, or they tease and trick humanity in a lot of ways. I think that that's what's really interesting about Titan. Titan here has no restraints on him, and because he is first and foremost powerful, strength incarnate, no one can stand against him, so he can do whatever he wants. In fact, he even mentions that his goal was that he would be king of the world, and that Benedicta would serve at his side. So power and control all together in this. And now it's just power that will punish and will cause fear and destruction throughout. Clive approaches him with a wrath, as we've kind of talked about with Ifrit, even though we have not seen Titan per se, and we haven't seen Ifrit per se in this particular chapter. I think it's interesting that wrath and power come face to face. And what does wrath do to neuter power? But it takes off his hands, right? It takes off the method of his destruction, his power. So this is a striking at who Titan is. Now, Ruby mentioned earlier the Heart of Stone myth, and I'm going to mention that, or I'm going to look over it before our next stream. But that is the title of the song that plays during the Eikon battle that we will see in the desert on Thursday. And I think it's interesting because he is no longer a physique of power in stone. Instead, it's testing the strength and the power of his heart as Titan / Hugo. And we'll see that. What does one whose core attribute is power do when the source of his power is gone? And we see a man grasping, without hands, grasping for that same power. And we'll see what happens is Clive absorbs this. One of the things that we've been mentioning as well, Ultima called Clive Mythos. And it is no longer a spoiler at this point, because we've seen it with not just Ifrit, but with Garuda, with Rama, and with Titan now, that Clive / Mythos is absorbing the powers of these icons. Mythos, if we were to take it at its Greek root, Mythos is the myth, the story of these gods that undergird what is known as the Logos. Now we're going to talk about Logos in several streams later down the road. But Clive is slowly, almost like a religion and lore collector here. He's collected the story of Benedicta, Garuda, and Control and absorbed it into himself. He's collected the story of Provision, Rama, Sid into himself. And here he's collecting the story of Power, Titan, Hugo, into himself. But what we see that's interesting is that Clive is not a one-note collection of gods, right? He is able to balance this tension in all of them. And so Power under Clive's command is going to look different than it has under Hugo's command. Control under Clive is going to look different than Benedicta. Provision under Clive is going to look different than Sid, and we'll continue seeing this as he continues his collection of these divine attributes. But it brings us to an interesting question of how does Clive, how does Wrath, his at least for now core attribute, overcome in this insatiability of power for Hugo, and we'll talk about that a little bit more next time. All right, so what do you think about this idea of Titan as power and wrath coming at it, but a wrath that is tempered through control and a desire for provision, ability to provide? Makes sense to you, Lady of the Rings? Good. So I also want to say, because we've talked a little bit about 15, this is a riff on some of the things that I did with 15, though I think that the ending point, the landing point that we'll get to in the ending of this is drastically different than we get with 15. But I started making these connections between summoned monsters and divine attributes in my dissertation on Final Fantasy XV, and I thought it was a really good way of explaining some of the incongruities and the tensions of the Judeo-Christian belief system. How can a god be both compassionate and wrathful? How can a god display regret as well as provision? I think it's a really interesting thing. Wrath being tempered by Benedicta is interesting. Yeah, I think it's a really fascinating thing there. So some cool things. You see a little bit of where we are going moving forward in the second half of this game, because believe it or not, we are entering into the second half of the game at this point. Thursday night, we will finish up the Titan arc, and then we are going to move on to my favorite boyo, Dion / Bahamut. I love that guy. So anyway, that's where we are tonight. Thank you for being a part tonight. This has been a lot of fun. It's been great to be back with you. Oh my gosh, after so freaking long. It is, y'all have made me feel a little bit better after having the flu last week. That makes sense. It's also meaningful that Clive's own wrath against Hugo is righteous. Yeah. He doesn't resolve to go after Hugo for revenge until Hugo attacks Rosalith and harms even more bears. And that's exactly it, right? We talked last time, and I'll close with this. We talked last time in our Shiva discussion, even though we'll talk much more about Shiva in several streams. We talked about the passage in Deuteronomy, what was it, 30? Where Moses says to the people, I set before you life and death, prosperity and destruction. He said, the word of God is near you. It's in your mouth and in your heart. It's not far from you. He says, so I set before you life and death, prosperity and destruction. So choose life that you may live, but if you choose destruction, then it will not go well with you. You'll lose the land that you live in. And I think that this points to something that's really different from 15, in that it elevates the human will. that divine attributes, as we've been talking about, can convey, they can simply be wrath or love or provision or control. But in the hands of someone whose will is directed toward life, it's going to manifest differently than in the hands and heart of someone that's pointing toward death and destruction. And this is where the human will comes into play. And I don't know if you're religious or if you come into things from a different kind of mythos or whatever, but here's what I believe. There's a great saying that is attributed to about 3 or 4 different people. I think Mark Twain and others have been credited to it. But the phrase goes like this. In his great love, God created man in his image, and then man returned the favor. I love that phrase because I find it to be incredibly true. That to someone who is loving, the God or the deity that they follow and ascribe to is usually pretty loving. To the person that is incredibly wrathful, vengeful, the deity that they ascribe to is often conveyed as very wrathful. You see this in Christian denominations. You see this in religions. Those that believe God to be good or loving or somehow on their side, they're very gregarious, generous, and they have a generous theology. Whereas those who have this unbridled fear of God, who believe that God at core is wrathful, they are in turn going to be wrathful toward other people. I think that this game embodies that, maybe better than any game I've ever seen before, because you see the people whose core attributes are life or death, and those divine attributes come out to do life or to do death. I think that's the journey that we're on. Interesting stuff, right? I think it's really, really neat, and we're only going to see more of it as we move forward. So we'll see it a bit more with Hugo and Titan next time, but already be thinking about Bahamut in a couple of streams. That'll be a fun one as well. All right, everybody. Not to throw that little grenade and run, but gives you something to think about in the next couple of days. If you haven't joined the Discord, make sure that you hop into my Discord. If you, I think that it was mentioned in the chat somewhere here, but if you haven't joined it for whatever reason yet, go over to my Twitter, my link tree, and you'll be able to hop into that Discord. We keep the conversation going over there, at least when I'm well. I didn't talk very much last week because I was ill. In that respect, that actually brings to mind Clive and his relationship to Ifrit. Yeah, hold on to that. We're going to talk more about that relationship to Ifrit, and it's certainly his relationship to Phoenix. All right, everybody, it's been a blast. And thank you. I also didn't mention this. Yesterday was my birthday, so you've kind of helped me celebrate today by getting back into it. So thank you. It's been a nice night spending the time with you. Happy birthday. Yeah, appreciate you. Well, everybody, I hope that you have a freaking awesome night and a freaking awesome week. And we will be back on Thursday, 7 Central Time. And y'all take care. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.